Kung sakit, hindi lang ito napapansin dahil nga na-underdiagnose at hindi lang napapakonsulta sa mga doktor kahit may mga nararamdaman na. Ito po hindi nakakahawa, it's not infectious or not contagious, and it's not hereditary, dito naman. Ito po usually dahil po sa paninigarilyo po at sa mga risk factors like mga, as I've said, mga biomass fuels, mga air pollution. So this is not hereditary and this is not contagious.
Ano po yung pinaka-differentiate niya sa tuberculosis?
Tuberculosis is infection. Sakit ito yung nakahawa. Ito yung infection, dito COPD po. Ito yung, we acquire this from, pag may sakit ang isang tao may TB, ito yung na-acquire po natin. Ito yung infection. Hindi siya namamana din po. Okay. So this
right now po pa, wala naman po ako nababasa rin kahit sa DOH, wala naman nakikita mga parang awareness campaign about the COPD. Ano ho ang ginagawa ng organization ninyo or may isa hubang grupo na talagang bumubuhos ng oras o panahon para sa awareness campaign nito?
Well, alam niyo naman sa media, medyo mahirap kung ano yung pinakasikat, yan ang magkakaroon ng attention. The difference, for example, ng COPD and heart attack. Ang heart attack, biglang mo namatay, it's dramatic. You'll put it in the news. But with COPD, it's a slow demise, as said by Mr. Quezon, no, na dahan-dahan yan, hindi mo napapansin. So it's more difficult to put it out there because it's not as dramatic. So anong ginagawa natin? In terms of the society, we're trying to promote it. And in terms of the DOH, meron silang grupo, yung sa NCD, non-communicable diseases, doon siya nakaklasify. Now, just to segue na sinabi niyong hindi nakakahawa, hindi nga siya nakakahawa, pero kung meron kang kasama sa bahay na naninigarilyo, hindi lang yung naninigarilyo ang maapektuhan. Lahat ng kasama mo sa bahay, diyan maaaring magkaroon nun. So kung kaaway mo asawa mo, kung sumanigarilyo ka habang buhay, buga mo sa mukha niya, maaaring siya yung mamatay doon, no? So, kailangan intindihin natin na ito ay sakit na hindi lang pang isang tao, pero it's also for us, as mentioned, with the family. You're lucky if you have 18 siblings or 17 at that. Pero kung dalawa lang kayo, isa sa bahay, medyo mahirap na haramdaman.
Sa representative po ng Tobacco Society, ano po masasabi?
I'm the chairman of the Council on Tobacco Health and Air Pollution. Gusto ko lang mag-comment dun sa unang tanong mo, no, na mukhang sa DOH walang ginawa. Actually, meron naman. I'm also a public servant. I'm also connected with a government hospital. And active naman ako doon sa group, tama sinabi ni Dr. Moral, na there's already a division in the Department of Health who takes care of the non-communicable diseases. In fact, ngayon, ang trust ng Department of Health is focused on this, of which yung chronic respiratory diseases is one of the top 4 diseases. No? So, yung chronic respiratory diseases, doon nakapaloob yung COPD, no? Yung asthma. So, yun yung ina-address. Marami nang ginagawang planning right now at this stage, particularly dun sa National Capital Region and even national, tungkol dun sa strategies to control non-communicable diseases. So, merong ginagawa ang DOH, tama si Dr. Moral. Hindi lang na-focus kasi hindi controversial. But already, DOH has been doing this for the past several decades in cooperation with non-government organizations such as the Philippine College of Chest Physicians. So, very active po, well represented ang PCCP with that collaboration of the Department of Health. So, soon you'll be hearing about this. I-launch namin yan. And this is a strategic planning for 2015 to 2019. So, it's a 4 or 5-year strategic plan. Meron. And then, as far as yung kung anong ginagawa ng tobacco control, very active po kami. If you really think about it, kami yung one step ahead dapat, no? Before COPD. Kami dapat yung preventive part. Saka hindi lang national yan, it's global. No? In fact, endorsed by the WHO, the Empower Strategy. Ano ba yung Empower? Ito yung educating the people, the citizens of the dangers of smoking, ano yung ill effects niya. Then we offer help for those who are already smokers and who would want to quit. So meron tayong mga smoking cessation clinics, no? Meron tayong consultations not only for private hospitals, and of which these 10 training institutions, meron sila dapat in place na smoking cessation program. Plus, the government agencies din, na meron din smoking cessation clinic. So, medyo quiet lang, but we're really very active on this. So, maraming ginagawa.
Thank you.
We categorically say there is no role for e-cigarette. This is a stand. No, we have a position on this already. This is supported by the Department of Health, by FDA, by WHO. No? So there is no role in curtailing or stopping cigarette smoking. Kasi ang smoking is a three-link chain yan eh. It's biological, no? So yung physical effect ng smoking, which is due to nicotine, nagiging addicted ka. No? So that's the biological aspect. Meron kang social aspect. Yung peer mo, no? When you get exposed to people who smoke, diba? You get encouraged, parang peer pressure, okay? Or sa bahay, yung bata, lumaki, nakikita naninigarilyo yung tatay at nanay. Pinabibili pa ng sigarilyo, pinasisindi pa yung sigarilyo pag binili. So, sa simula pala, environment yan eh, no? And social nga, and psychological. So, three-link chain yan. Ang e-cigarette, anong role niya? Sabi nila, it can daw, pero I would dare you, no? I would dare someone who's a smoker na nag-i-cigarette. Alisin mo ang e-cigarette, bigyan mo ng sigarilyo, sigurado ako maninigarilyo pa rin yan. So it's really the behavior that you want to curtail. Eh ano ba yung e-cigarette? Diba paninigarilyo pa rin yun? It's the action, it's the psyche that says, I want to smoke. Kahit ano pa yung smoke ko at the moment, I'm still smoking. So palitan mo yan, hindi. And the gadget itself is quite dangerous, no? Hindi yan tested by clinical research yet. And it also contains nicotine, liquid nicotine, na mas dangerous pa in higher concentration. And we've learned, there has been reported of 3 incidents na pumutok yung e-cigarette sa mouth. So nasira yung mouth, yung tongue ng smoker. So those are the dangers. So we don't endorse it, we don't advise it, and we don't recommend it.
Based on the BOLD study that was presented earlier, among those they included in the study, they were all smokers or ex-smokers. So roughly 14% will have COPD. So that's quite significant. And the more important number that we would like to emphasize is the pickup rate by doctors themselves for COPD was a mere 2%. So what was the problem? It was the documentation by doing a breathing test we call spirometry, or we call it a breathing test para mas madali. Yung binubuga. It was explained earlier by Dr. Ong that the subject, the patient, is just requested to do a maneuver where he's supposed to breathe in and breathe out forcefully through a mouthpiece, which is attached to a machine, and this registers flow. And base po sa sinabi ni Dr. Ong, ang problema sa COPD ay yung daluyan ng hangin. So pag mababa po yung score ng isang pasyente, maaaring maging pahiwatig na may pagkipot. It can be suggestive that this patient may have an obstructive pulmonary disease.
I think the main contribution a family member can give is be there. Kasi iba pa rin yung presence mo with your loved one. Especially, it's like spending more time with him. Because, of course, when we were kids, just like what I said earlier, diba? I come from the third family. During our time, when I was a kid, my dad was with us most of the time. And then when he moved on to the next family, we had lesser time with him. So the whole week became a day. So our contribution really is just be there for the person and let them know that we care and help the person have a better lifestyle. When you say better lifestyle, of course that's a choice, diba? And somehow with giving him more options, instead of like drinking, do this, or instead of like drinking, like my dad is like, he drinks like hard liquor, then naging wine na lang, hanggang sa nawala, hanggang sa 1 glass na lang, hanggang sa nawala totally. And then he would drink coffee, and he would drink lots and lots of coffee because he's like a person who doesn't sleep. I mean, sometimes he 3 days, he just goes on and on without sleeping. So it's a lifestyle. I mean, like, during the time, and my dad, even during the time when we had COPD, ayaw niya matulog. Meron pa natutulog yun pag may araw na. So, we tried to make him sleep earlier. So, binabawasan na yung mga tong eats. My dad spends his time, then sabi niya, hindi na nga ako lumalabas sa bahay na lang ako. But when he's in the house, he plays tong eats with his driver. So, he's like that. So, minsan pinapauwi na